Have you ever noticed how some people completely fall apart over the smallest disrespect, while others can lose everything and still remain calm? Insults, betrayal, rejection, failure. The world hits them with chaos after chaos, yet they never break. Why? Because they mastered something most people will never understand. Emotional control. And listen carefully. If you don't control your emotions, someone else will use them against you. So if you want to become mentally stronger, if you want to build a mindset so powerful that nobody can destroy your peace, then watch this video until the end. Because what you're about to hear is not motivation. These are psychological weapons. And if you're new to Silent Authority, subscribe now, because this channel was never built for weak minds. It was built for dangerous ones. Now let's begin. Number 1, your reactions are your responsibility. Imagine this. Your day is going perfectly fine. Coffee in your hand, music playing, mind relaxed. Then suddenly, someone says something disrespectful. Instantly, your mood changes. Your energy drops. Your mind fills with irritation. And you think, they ruined my day. But the truth? They didn't. You did. Because nobody has the power to control your emotions unless you hand that power to them. The world will always be noisy. People will judge you, criticize you, disrespect you. But emotionally powerful people understand one thing. Not everything deserves a reaction. Think of it like wearing noise-canceling headphones in the middle of a chaotic city. The traffic still exists. The noise is still there. People are still shouting, but none of it reaches your inner peace. That is emotional mastery. You don't control the chaos around you. You control what enters your mind. There's a powerful truth most people ignore. Between stimulus and response, there is a space, and inside that space lies your freedom. When someone insults you, pause before reacting. That single pause changes everything, because weak people react instantly. Powerful people observe first. Imagine your coworker dismisses your idea during a meeting. The weak reaction? Anger, defensiveness, ego. But the dangerous response? Calmness, observation, control. You ask yourself, is this really about me? Or is this revealing something about them? And the moment you think like that, their behavior loses emotional power over you. Now understand this clearly. Emotional control does not mean becoming emotionless. You will still feel anger, frustration, disappointment. But emotionally strong people refuse to let feelings control their actions. That is the difference. The moment you feel triggered, identify the emotion first. I feel angry. I feel hurt. I feel irritated. The moment you name the emotion, you interrupt the automatic reaction. Then ask yourself, am I controlling this situation? Or is this situation controlling me? And finally is choose your response with intention instead of impulse. Because the moment you master your reactions, people lose the ability to manipulate you emotionally. And that is real freedom. Now comment, I control my emotions. And remember this, warrior. The man the world cannot emotionally control becomes the man the world can never mentally defeat. Number 2, stop expecting peace from chaotic people. Do you know what destroys most people emotionally? They expect emotional maturity from emotionally unstable people. They think, I treated them well, so they'll treat me well too. I'm loyal, so they'll be loyal. I understand them, so they'll understand me. But the world doesn't work like that. People do not treat you according to your character. They treat you according to theirs. And the moment you truly understand that, disappointment starts losing its power over you. Because the truth is, most people are internally broken. Some are starving for attention, some are consumed by ego, some are drowning in insecurity, and some people simply dump their frustration onto everyone around them. Yet every time they behave badly, you act surprised. That becomes your emotional weakness. Imagine a person who gets angry over every small thing. Every conversation turns into conflict. Every disagreement becomes drama. Now, if you expect maturity from someone like that, the only person who gets hurt is you. Emotionally powerful people learn one truth very early. You cannot expect clarity from confused minds. That's why they stop trying to fix everyone. Instead, they learn to understand people. And understanding destroys unnecessary emotional reactions. The moment you realize someone is emotionally immature, their behavior stops feeling personal. Now imagine someone replies to you with disrespectful energy. The weak mindset reacts with anger, overthinking, hurt ego. But the strong mindset thinks differently. This is revealing their psychology, not my value. And in that moment, you become emotionally free because you realize something powerful. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Some people carry nothing but chaos. And if you don't build boundaries, their chaos will eventually enter your mind too. Remember this dangerous truth. Emotionally reactive people constantly destroy other people's peace because they have no peace inside themselves. That's why emotionally strong people become selective. Selective with conversations, selective with energy, selective with who gets access to them. They don't jump into every argument. They don't explain themselves to every opinion. And they don't respond to every disrespect because they understand something weak people never learn. Some battles are simply not worth fighting. And listen carefully. Maturity is not explaining yourself to everyone. Sometimes maturity is quietly creating distance because not everyone can grow with you. Some people will try to pull you back down simply because they refuse to rise themselves. So if you truly want emotional power, learn to accept people as they are, not as you wish they were. Because the moment expectations decrease, emotional suffering decreases too. Now comment, I expect less, I control more. And remember this, warrior. The moment you understand human nature, the world stops surprising you. Number 3, silence is psychological power. Most people think power comes from talking more, being louder, explaining everything, always having the last word. But the truth, the person who talks the most usually controls the least, because every unnecessary word leaks information. Your emotions, your intentions, your insecurities, your desperation for validation. And the more people understand your emotional patterns, the easier you become to manipulate. That's why truly powerful people are different. They don't rush to react. They don't over-explain, and they definitely don't reveal everything they think. They understand something most people never learn. Silence creates pressure. Imagine sitting across from someone during an argument. One person is talking nonstop, defending themselves, trying to prove a point, explaining every emotion, but the other person, calm, quiet, composed, just observing. Who do you think controls the energy in that moment? The silent one. Because silence makes people uncomfortable. It forces them to overthink, to second-guess themselves, to fill the empty space with their own emotions, and most people cannot handle that pressure. Weak people speak emotionally. Powerful people speak strategically. They understand that words are tools, not emotional explosions. And here's the dangerous part. The less you react emotionally, the more mysterious you become. People stop understanding you completely. They stop predicting your next move. And what people cannot predict, they naturally respect. Now understand this clearly. Silence is not weakness. Silence is control. It means you are no longer desperate to prove yourself, no longer addicted to attention, no longer emotionally dependent on being understood by everyone. Imagine someone insults you publicly. Weak mindset, instant reaction, anger, defensiveness, ego battle. But the strong mindset, they pause, smile slightly, and stay emotionally untouched because they know something important. Not every attack deserves access to your energy. Sometimes silence destroys people more than words ever could. Because when you stay calm, while someone else loses emotional control, everyone silently sees who the weak person really is. And listen carefully, warrior. People reveal themselves in the silence you refuse to interrupt. The moment you stop talking so much, you start seeing more. You notice insecurity in people's voices, desperation in their behavior, hidden intentions in their actions. Because while they are busy reacting emotionally, You are observing strategically. That is power. And this is why emotionally dangerous people protect their silence. They don't explain every decision. They don't announce every plan. They don't seek permission to move. They let results speak for them, because lions do not waste energy convincing sheep that they are dangerous. Now comment, my silence is power. And remember this, the person who controls their tongue eventually controls the room. Number 4, detach from validation or stay weak forever. Most people are not living freely. They are performing for approval, performing for attention, performing for validation they pretend they don't need. Every post, every opinion, every achievement, deep down they want someone to look at them and say, you matter. And that invisible addiction, that is one of the biggest psychological chains a person can carry. Because the moment your self-worth depends on other people's reactions, you stop controlling your own identity. Now, strangers control your emotions. A compliment makes you feel powerful. A criticism destroys your confidence. Being ignored makes you anxious. Rejection makes you question your entire value. That is not confidence. That is emotional dependence disguised as confidence. Truly dangerous people move differently. They do not build their identity on applause. They build it internally. That means even when nobody claps, they keep going. Even when nobody notices, they keep building. Even when nobody believes in them, they stay focused. Because their self-respect does not come from the crowd. It comes from self-mastery. And listen carefully. The moment you stop needing validation, you become intimidating to weak people. Because society is built around emotional dependence. Most people need approval to speak, approval to act, approval to chase their goals, approval to become themselves. But the emotionally free person, they move without permission. And that kind of energy makes insecure people uncomfortable. Imagine walking into a room where nobody gives you attention. Weak mindset, instant insecurity, overthinking, trying harder to impress people, talking louder, seeking reactions. But the strong mindset, calm, relaxed, unaffected, because they did not enter the room to be validated. They entered the room already validated by themselves. That changes everything. And this is why emotionally powerful people are so attractive. Not because they try to attract attention, but because they are not desperate for it. Desperation repels. Detachment attracts. People can feel when someone is trying too hard to be liked, trying too hard to look important, trying too hard to prove value. But the moment you stop chasing validation, your presence becomes naturally stronger. Because calm confidence always speaks louder than forced performance. Now understand this deeply, warrior. Validation addiction destroys authenticity. The more you need approval, the more fake versions of yourself you create to please people. You change your opinions to fit in. You hide parts of yourself to avoid rejection. You betray your instincts just to stay accepted. And slowly, you stop recognizing yourself completely. That is the real danger. So how do you break free? Simple. Start doing things without announcing them. Win silently. Build privately. Improve without needing everyone to notice. Learn to enjoy your own respect more than public applause. Because once you become emotionally independent, people lose the power to emotionally control you. No praise can inflate your ego. No criticism can destroy your identity. You become stable. And stability is rare in a world addicted to attention. Now comment, I don't need validation. And remember this, warrior. The moment you stop needing approval from the world is the moment the world starts respecting you differently.